All right, what's going on? Welcome to another one with me, Simon, your marketing branding expert. And today I want to talk to you about I want to talk you out of being an entrepreneur. See, entrepreneur is great, but honestly, it's not for everybody. Most people rather go work a 9 to 5, and there is nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. You got benefits, you know exactly what your schedule is, you know exactly what your pay is. You don't have to worry about the grind, the hustle, and the bustle. You go to work, you do what you need to do, you come back home, and you pay your bills. At least you know you're guaranteed a paycheck. So entrepreneur is not for everyone, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. So I want to, in the next couple of minutes, I just want to talk to you and see if entrepreneur is right for you. And I'm gonna give you everyone give you the benefits of being an entrepreneur, but I want to give you the other side of being an entrepreneur and what to expect and being in the arena of entrepreneurship. You know, entrepreneurship is really just having another job. All you're doing is creating a job for yourself. And if you're okay with creating a job for yourself, then entrepreneur may be for you. If you don't want another job, then entrepreneur is not for you. But I'm going to talk about some reasons not to become an entrepreneur. But right after this here quick short break, I'll be right back, okay? Stay with me.
You're watching Simon TV, Business of Simon Marketing Agency, videographer, marketer, entrepreneur, and content creator. Let this show begin.
All right, so let's talk about some of the reasons not to become an entrepreneur. I got some notes right here that I was thinking about earlier, and I kind of jotted them down, and I want to go through them. The first thing is, it's hard. Entrepreneurship is hard. And when I say it's hard, you got small activities that's going to give you false hope. Small activities that gives you false hope. You think, okay, I created something today, I accomplished something, and then you put all your time and effort into whatever you're doing. Maybe it's content creation, blogging, vlogging, or posting on social media, and you put all this time into it, and you post it, put it out there for the world, and nothing comes back. You get no likes, no views, no this, no that. You create your product, you put it out there, and nobody's buying. It gives you false hope. But the thing is, you have to stay relevant in what you're doing, and that comes with your branding. So you got to stay relevant in it. And even though you're staying relevant, it gives you false hope because you think, because I put in all this work, somebody's going to buy my stuff. And it doesn't happen like that all the time. Entrepreneurship is a job. It's a work. You got to put in the work. And the biggest part of that work is you got to do a lot of branding. You got to do a lot of marketing. You got to do a lot of advertisement. So if you're not up for the task for that, then maybe entrepreneurship is not for you. My second thing is it is emotional draining. Yes, entrepreneurship is emotionally draining. Money is not consistent, unlike a job. You know that you're getting paid every Friday or maybe every 2 weeks or whatever the case is, military, maybe even a month. I don't know. But the money is not consistent because you made $5,000 this week. Next week, you may not make anything. You may not make anything for the whole month because the money is consistent. So that's another thing about it. And then you got to work hard. You got to get up early. You got to stay up late. And you got to go through all of this stuff here. I mean, you're working hard. You're putting in the hustle. You're putting in the grind. You're putting this, that, and everything in it. And the money doesn't come in like you expect it to be. And again, unlike a job, you almost can guarantee what you're going to get, especially if you're on a salary or you're working hourly. You know, if you put in 40 hours a week, you know exactly what your paycheck is going to be in the next 2 weeks. It's not the case in entrepreneurship. Hey, ho. I know you was enjoying the video, but I wanted to put this one plug in. Hey, if you're looking for marketing services, any kind of marketing services, video marketing, business itself in general, or anything within that arena, go ahead and click this link right here, or go to this link right here. That's www.simonmarketing.agency. Go over there and take a look at some of the services that I got to offer. And I guarantee this is what you're going to need. And also, if you DM me, I'm going to send you a free offer. It's a free offer. It's a 30-day social media content calendar. I'm gonna give you 30 days free of just social media content that you can post, because you know content is the lifeline of the business for visibility. So go ahead, go to this link right here. You see it right here. Go there, check me out, and let's talk. Now back to the episode. Peace. The money you make is not even your money, because in entrepreneurship, the money you make is not your money. You got to pay your payroll. If you got people working for you, if you're running ads, you got to pay for that. If you're doing advertising and branding, you got to pay for that type of content creation unless you're creating it yourself. And if you're making the money, then you got to put 30% of it because Uncle Sam got to get his too. So there's money that you got to put away. And you got your office expenses, the things that's going to keep the business rolling, consistency. If you're using systems or whatever, or automations, you got to have those things that you got to pay monthly if you're doing that kind of stuff. The cost of doing business. So you got to remember that too. I mean, entrepreneurship and building your business is a business. So you got to pay the things that's going to keep the business afloat and keep it going. And especially if you got customers. Not customers, but if you got employees working for you, those employees expect to be paid when it's time to get paid. There's no excuses in this here. So that makes entrepreneurship a little bit harder there. And with having employees, the thing is, you can't do it by yourself. So you got to have others that's going to help you. You cannot do all of this by yourself. You're trying to do it by yourself, you're not in business. It's just a hobby. Because in business, it takes other people to make that business grow. And if you're a one-man band, a one-person show, whatever the case is, you're not really in business. You're just doing it as a hobby. And there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, if you're going to be the one-person show, you're going to burn yourself out trying to do everything. So you got to remember the cost of doing business too. So you need to hire a lot of people to do those things. Also, in entrepreneur, there's a lot of reading, there's a lot of studying, there's a lot of audiobooks. You got to stay up in your industry of the business that you're in. You got to stay relevant in that industry. Information changes like every 180 days. Information changes, and you got to be sure that you're on top of that. Now, unlike a job, you don't. You go in there, you know exactly what the routine is, or you're listening to your leaders and your managers or your supervisors and all that stuff. They're telling you they're keeping up with the industry, but you as an entrepreneur, you got to keep up with that. So if things change, you got to be on top of it. That's why a lot of people go back to work to get certifications, to recertify in their industry because the information changes, and you got to be on top of that as well. Another thing is mental work is more exhausting than the physical work, and that's the thing. The mental aspect of it is more exhausting than the physical aspect of it because you're constantly thinking. You're trying to stay relevant. You're seeing what others doing. You got to figure out analytics, what's working and what's not working. Split testing, that's the mental side of it. And then the physical side is the execution. Then you got to put the execution in. And all of that together can be draining and exhausting. There's going to be times where you're going to lose sleep at night because your mind is constantly running on how you're going to make this business better, how you're going to get more clients, how you're going to get more customers, how you're going to grow it, brand it, scale it, all that stuff. And that's just the mental part of it. And then you got to go out there and execute it. That's the other part of it. So if you're not ready for that, then maybe entrepreneurship is not for you. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Hey, what's going on? Got a new merch line out. Gang member. I know you're looking at it, it's like gang member, but gang is an acronym for going after new goals. You're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, whatever the case is, and you're going after new goals this year, next year, whatever, then grab the merch. Going after new goals. Let me see if I can pull up on it a little bit so you guys can see it here. Yeah, that's right. I got the hoodies. Got the t-shirts, everything that you need going after new goals. I need you to grab the merch. I'm going to put a link to it down in the description or in the comments somewhere on this page where you can go to it, grab the merch, cop it. I got other things over there. I still got the Refuse to Quit t-shirt line still. You can go over there and grab it. I got different colors. They're going after new goals, gang member sweatshirts, t-shirts, everything. I got different colors there too. But I'm promoting it. This is the new merch line, and I'm going to be creating new things too. I mean, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a marketer. This is what I do. So if you got a brand, a product, or service that you want to sell, you need to become part of this community called Gang Members, where we give entrepreneur advice, tips, strategies, and everything else. It's a community for like-minded individuals that are going after new goals. That's the shirt. Let me pull up on it a little bit more. Yeah, you see it right there, going after new goals. Hey, I appreciate it, support it, whatever, support us because we're definitely going to support you. We are entrepreneurs, we're visionaries. And every time we get something that comes to mind, the thing that separates us from the others is we go out here and make it happen. We make it happen. And we reach a goal, we're going to set another goal, we're going to set another goal, and we just keep going and keep going. The whole thing is we're creating generational wealth. Generational wealth. And that's what you are doing too. Or you have the concept that you want to do. So go ahead, cop the merch. I'm going to put a link in the description or on the page or somewhere. Wherever I post this, you'll see it. There'll be a link to it. Become part of the gang. Become a member. Gang members. Going after new goals. I appreciate you. Love you. Talk to you later. Peace. The freedom and the flexibility you think you have, you really don't. Because you think you can go to work on your job, you go Monday through Friday, maybe Monday through Saturday, whatever the case is, X hour to X hour, you're 9 to 5. Not in entrepreneurship. You're always on the clock. 24 hours a day. You're on the clock. Now, if you give yourself a break, that's cool. But then you're thinking about, okay, if I take a break here, maybe I'm losing money there. Especially as you're building the business. It's a continuous thing. You're on the clock 24 hours. And you got to be ready for that. Maybe it's phone calls, video sessions, product creations, inventory, stuff like that. You're constantly on the clock. So it can be, you think you got the freedom because you're working for yourself. You really don't. You really don't have the freedom. When you think you're about to spend time with the family, there could be a call that comes in. There may be things that has to be handled at that moment. And that could be 9 in the morning or even 9 at night. Do you handle it? Or if you got people that you can push it off to. So entrepreneurship, there is not too much flexibility in it. So you got to be ready to handle that there. No matter what happens, you got to pay anyway. Here's the thing. You got to pay no matter the outcome. Let's say you hire somebody to do some video creation content, right? And they do the video creation content. They deliver it to you and you don't like it. You still got to pay for it. You still got to pay for that service. Somebody do some writing for you. You still got to pay for that. Even if you have employees and they go out and do work and you're not satisfied with the results, you still got to pay for that. So you cannot get around it. So no matter what happens in entrepreneurship, you still gonna have to pay whether you like it or not. It's the cost of doing business. Another thing is you have to invest. And when you invest, you get what you pay for. You get what you put into it. And when I say invest, I don't mean monetary value. I mean the time that you have to put in. So if you're putting in time into your business, you're gonna get something out of it. But the key is how much time that you're putting into it, how much investments that you're putting into your business. And another thing, you go out, you make some money. That money is not yours. You got to put that money back into the business in order for it to grow, to go out and produce more and get more to bring more back in. So you think you're making a couple of dollars this month here. It's not, like I said earlier, it's not all yours. You got to put that money back into it. And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs go wrong. They take the money, they make some money, and they're going to spend it on other frivolous things. And they don't reinvest it back into the business. Maybe it's better content creation. Maybe it's improving a product. Maybe it's running more ads at a longer pace of time at a bigger value. They don't do that. But in entrepreneurship, you got to do that. Most businesses don't really see an investment for maybe a year, maybe 2 years, because they hustle and grind and put the money back into the business to grow it. And then they see a bigger return later on down the line. But if you're looking for instant gratification, it's not going to be there. And you're definitely going to. So you got to invest. And you got to invest heavily. You got to reinvest the profits back into the business. And then my last thing, the biggest one. There's no trophies. There's no accolades. There's no rewards. There's no handshake, no slap on the back saying good job. It doesn't exist in entrepreneurship unless you're on a bigger stage where you're being rewarded for being an entrepreneur of the year, this type of thing, but it's going to take you a little while to get there. But I'm talking to the new entrepreneurs that's coming into this arena. You're not going to get all of that. There's no pay increases, no good job, well done. So if you're looking for those type of accolades, it doesn't exist here. It does not exist here. So like I said, that's just a couple of things. If you're looking to be in entrepreneurship, and if I can talk you out of it in these minutes right here by telling you what I just said, then entrepreneur is not for you. Now, on the flip side, there are benefits after benefits after benefits on being an entrepreneur. So if you think it's right for you and you're ready to take on the challenge, go ahead and become an entrepreneur, because the benefits definitely outweighs the things that I just spoke on, okay? So like I said, if you're looking to be an entrepreneur and everything I just spoke on, if I can talk you out of it in just a matter of minutes, then entrepreneur is definitely not for you. But if you was like, man, forget what you're talking about, I'm ready to take on the challenge, I'm ready to take on the task, then entrepreneur is for you. Now remember, being an entrepreneur ain't nothing but creating a different job for yourself. But when you create that different job for you, you're building from the floor up, not the top down. So don't think you're going to jump in here, jump on the roof, and get everything that's involved with it. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to put in the grind, the hustle, everything, just like every entrepreneur goes through. And it is a risk. It is a risk-taking business. It is a risk-taking task that you're going to have to be comfortable with. All right? So I just wanted to go through that with you. And we'll talk again. Peace. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Hold up. Where you going? I know where you're going. You're going to go right here to subscribe, and then you're going to go right here and watch more. See you.